Good afternoon, Mr. Bradley. How are you? Do you think Mr. Wade perjured himself on the stand when he testified? How are you expecting things to go today?
My lawyer, BC Chopra.
Hey guys, hope y'all have a great day. There's a gag order in the case. We're just here to do what we're required.
Understand. We've got to ask our questions.
Understood.
Good luck, guys.
What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we're cracking open another can of worms, furthering that, corruption pile of evidence and the DA Fani Willis love triangle embezzlement heist with her boyfriend Nathan Wade. Initially, we, seen Terrence Bradley, the ex-attorney of Nathan Wade, unable to, speak underneath that attorney-client privilege. The bar was coming at him saying he would be disbarred if he, testified in this case or, gave any evidence. All of that has been overturned. Now Scott McAfee is letting him speak, guys, and what he is saying may end Fani Willis for good, guys. I'm excited to get into this and see exactly what Nathan Wade's ex-attorney had to say. So we're gonna get straight into the clip and I'll get my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end. So guys, get my thoughts on the back end. And also, YouTube pushes this video out. Definitely stick around until the end. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Before we do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button, guys. Also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Nathan Wade tried to shut up the witness, Terrence Bradley, his old lawyer, and Judge McAfee said, no, he can tell us everything. So we're going to go into all of this article and some great new news footage on Fani Willis. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where all the happy patriots are. You remember, you subscribe to Doug in Exile.
What you talking about, Willis? Fani Willis.
Here's CNN Politics. Fulton County DA's office rejects Trump's claims that the cell phone data undercuts Georgia prosecutors' testimony. So this is a little bit of fight back that happened just, I believe it was last night at court. We'll unpack that. First, here's Jim Jordan at CPAC on Fani Willis.
Did she get back to you today?
Yeah, we subpoenaed her. Not yet. I just talked to
Wait,
our
is
staff.
she supposed to get back to you today?
Yeah, she's supposed to get documents.
Well,
to
did
us.
you hear from her boyfriend?
We haven't.
That was the deadline last night at CPAC for Fani Willis to cough up the documents that Jim Jordan subpoenaed. And so it appears there's resistance on that front. This will get her in deeper trouble also, which is good news for Trump. Here's that CNN article. Lawyers representing the Fulton County District Attorney's Office are forcefully pushing back on allegations from former President Donald Trump and his co-defendants that cell phone data suggests the relationship between Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and her top prosecutor in the Georgia election subversion case started prior to the time they both testified last week, according to a court filing Friday evening. That's last night. This is going to be their excuse, and this is going to be good. Remember what we said, that they're going to say, oh no, sending a phone around to different locations does not prove that Nathan Wade was there. It's a black thing. We send phones around everywhere. You'll see, they basically say as much.
No, we haven't heard back from her yet. We'll see what we get from her. But there's a whistleblower in her office who we have talked to, the committee staff. Yeah, and she...
And those of you who've been watching this show already know that he's talking about Miss Timpson, which we've already covered, is an ex-employee of hers. She's now talking to Jim Jordan's people and giving them information. And by the way, we have reached out to invite her on the show, and she's always welcome to come on this show. Miss Timpson is, but we don't want to get her in trouble with her lawyers or we don't want to complicate the investigation at all. That's not what we're here to do. I just want to hear her side of the story.
The whistleblower, I think she's like 4'11", but Fani Willis had 7 police escort her out when she fired this lady, because this lady raised the concern that Miss Willis was not spending federal funds and not following the grant, the rules of the grant and the grant dollars in the appropriate manner. So she raised this concern, and then Fani Willis fired her. She's now talking with our office, and we'll see where that goes. And that's why we subpoenaed for records and documents related to this. We'll see what we get. There's still a few hours left in today.
So what Miss Timpson can provide them is help them aim there's subpoenas at what kind of documents would show up at Fani Willis's office that reveal that she misappropriated money. This is a whole different line than whether if Terrence Bradley or Nathan Wade or her slept together. This has nothing to do with them sleeping together. There's 5 different fronts that they can go and investigate the corruption. That's what I wanted to show you here is while we're focusing on the phone call between Nathan Wade and Fani Willis and when that relationship started, there's other stuff Jim Jordan is doing that's revealing how corrupt Fani Willis was besides her sleeping with Nathan Wade. Here's the rest of that CNN article. The DA's office, Fani Willis's office, responding to an earlier motion filed by Trump's lead attorney in the Georgia case, said the cited phone records, quote, do not prove anything relevant, we swear, and should not be considered as evidence in proceedings to decide whether Willis should be disqualified. Now, there's one key witness that can overturn all of that. And that's Terrence Bradley, Nathan Wade's friends.
11 Alive has confirmed the judge has denied a motion from Wade to block additional testimony from his former attorney, Terrence Bradley.
So Nathan Wade has tried to block the ability to question Terrence Bradley, saying, remember, they were saying that he has attorney-client privilege. And now we find out that he is going to go and talk to Judge McAfee. It's called on camera, but it's like a private thing in his office on Monday. That's coming up. He'll spill everything to McAfee, and then McAfee makes a decision if it's admissible in court or relevant to the court. And I believe it is. I believe the reason why they're trying to shut Terrence Bradley down is he's the key to everything involving Nathan Wade and Fani Willis, in that he simply is going to say, I was his lawyer, and I know that he was having an affair with Fani Willis before they said they would. That's all. Here's the rest of that article. Quote, the records do nothing more than demonstrate that special prosecutor Nathan Wade's telephone was located somewhere within a densely populated multi-mile radius where various residents, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, and other businesses are located, unquote. The prosecutors wrote on a Friday night filing. This is their defense of Nathan Wade. I'll show you why that probably doesn't mean anything. They're saying, look, the pinging off the towers only show his general location is around Fani Willis's condo, as well as other restaurants and things that don't absolutely pin him to her location. They're right about that. However, they subpoenaed the records from AT&T of all of his texts. So if he talks romantically or tells Fani Willis, that was really great last night, they've got him. Here's the rest of that. The records do not prove in any way the content of the communication between Special Prosecutor Wade and District Attorney Fani Willis, and they do not prove the Special Prosecutor Wade was ever at any particular location or address. They do not prove that Special Prosecutor Wade and District Attorney Willis were ever in the same place during any of the times listed. Remember, they're innocent until proven guilty. You have to lock this down, pin it down. So they're going to have to do one of two things. They're going to have to either get the texts, which they've already subpoenaed from AT&T, and I believe the Trump team has them. Doesn't mean it proves Nathan Wade's guilty. He might not have said anything. But remember, they texted like 12,000 or 2,000 times. So they talked about everything. It's going to be in there if it's there. The other one is Terrence Bradley.
Defense attorneys believe Bradley can prove Willis and Wade's romantic relationship began earlier than they testified. Bradley is now set to meet with the judge on Monday.
And that's why Terrence Bradley is the real key to the whole Fani Willis and Nathan Wade history. I believe he could change it in one moment with one conversation he's going to have on Monday with Judge McAfee. Back to that CNN article. The investigator also says that in September and November of 2021, Wade's phone traveled several times to the area where the condo is located and late into the evening and early the next morning. In addition, Willis and Wade exchanged phone calls late into the evenings during this time, the investigator says, citing Wade's subpoenaed cell phone data. If they have the data, they have his texts. On Friday, McAfee also denied a motion last night by Wade to block his divorce attorney, Terrence Bradley, former law partner Terrence Bradley, from appearing before the judge to review potentially privileged communications Bradley allegedly made about Wade and Willis's relationship, according to 3 sources familiar with the matter. Now, why does Nathan Wade not want Terrence Bradley to share their communications? It's pretty clear. Terrence Bradley has communications from Nathan Wade where he stated earlier than claimed that he was having an affair with Fani Willis. And that alone would end her career, Nathan Wade's career, and this whole case. McAfee has called for Bradley and his lawyer to appear at the Fulton County Courthouse on Monday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time for the so-called in-camera review that's conducted in the judge's chambers, sources said.
Do you think prior to November 1st of 2021, you were at the condo more than 10 times?
No, sir.
So it'd be less than 10 times?
Yes, sir.
Right now, attorneys say phone records reveal at least 35 occasions when Wade's phone connected to cell phone towers near Willis's condo in Hapeville for extended periods of time. In court, Wade said any phone records suggesting he was in Hapeville more frequently would be wrong, and that his visits to Willis's condo were for business reasons.
Now, see, I want to put that technicality out there because Nathan Wade said any phone records that showed he was in that Hapeville county would be wrong. And the phone records, just the ping alone, it doesn't show that he was with Fani Willis, but it shows he was in that county, that he was wrong. That is, they prove that he was in there 35 times. He claimed to only be in county 10 times. Just, you know, it's trivial. It's very specific and very picayune and very, you know, it's very small and very specific, but it is true that he has perjured himself.
As for the cell phone records, the judge will have to decide whether it's credible and admissible before factoring it into his decision.
That's what we find out Monday. Here's Trump in South Carolina last night giving the audience another tutorial on Fani Willis's name.
Look at Fani, F-A-N-I. It should be pronounced Fanny. Fanny. Fani. Fani. They say she gets very upset if you call her Fanny. F-A-N-I. She fell in love with the person that long before this started, he got paid almost $1 million. He never did it before.
Yeah, he never had any experience. Nathan Wade did not. There's so much evidence pointing against this. It's really clear that Fani Willis is corrupt and Nathan Wade is corrupt. It's just a matter of the judge having to cross his T's, dot his I's, make sure that he does it right so that he doesn't get appealed. We know this from the New York judges that are all frauds, that you don't want to set up a weak case that's going to get appealed. So he's got to do his homework, guys. What do you guys think? Does this work?
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Doug in Exile. Definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those of you who want to go over there and check that out. Also, you guys to go over there and show our friend Doug some love. Oh my goodness, you guys. Those blows are starting to add up for Miss Fani Willis, just turning over in Fulton County, Georgia. Just, having multiple fronts coming after her. We got Jim Jordan, who, is in coordination, it sounds like, with the whistleblower, aka Miss Amanda Timpson. We had a video on her earlier in the year, guys, where she has been, airing out all the details. Miss Fani Willis has tried to put her on the back burner and also silence her, but she's got some, very key information evidence on Miss Fani Willis and the corruption she had going on in that office of hers, misusing grant money. And that's not the only front that can bring Miss Fani Willis down, guys. We've also got Nathan Wade and his cell phone being introduced into the picture. His phone has been pinging off the cell towers next to Fani Willis's condo in her area over 30 some times. He said he hadn't been over there, less than 10, and 30 times is way over 10. So, I mean, I'm not sure, where the disconnect is there. Maybe his math is a little bit off, but he has been visiting there quite frequently. Not sure how this guy hasn't been removed and arrested for perjury by now, guys, because he has done nothing but lied up there on the stand, along with Miss Fani Willis. Not to mention Nathan Wade trying to silence his old buddy, Mr. Terrence Bradley, ex-attorney He's trying to, get him not to say anything up on that stand. Judge Scott McAfee finally serving up some justice, guys. Going to bring in Terrence Bradley to hear what he's got to say, see if he's got, some pertinent information on the case, in relation to, Nathan Wade and Fani Willis' relationship. And we all know he has that link. He is the link. And that's why they've been trying to silence him for some time now. They tried to, threaten him with disbarment, saying that if he testified, he would be disbarred underneath, violation of attorney-client privilege. But we all know this all happened and occurred as a friend. He was a friend of Nathan Wade's prior to, guys. Definitely can't wait to see what the judge decides, guys. Let's not forget, after all, Judge Scott McAfee has been doing donations, him and his wife, to Miss Fani Willis' campaign for quite some time. She may have been the reason why he is a judge and sitting in the seat he is right now. So he may, dismiss all of this and say that Terrence Bradley is, he has no information, he has nothing that's pertinent on the case. It might just toss him off and make it look good, because you got to think he can't just dismiss him off, off the top. He has to at least bring him in and hear him out, and then he might still try to dismiss it. But then we'll know, guys. That'll let us know that Scott McAfee is not for justice. He's not for the right, because we know Terrence Bradley is the link. Definitely hop in the comment section, guys. Let me know your thoughts. Which one of these fronts do you guys think is going to bring Miss Fani Willis down first? We're seeing multiple entities, multiple fronts being launched against Miss Fani Willis. It's going to be one of them that's going to bite her first. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know who you guys think is going to get to it first. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button, guys, and share this to as many Facebook friends as possible. Make sure you guys hit that like button, guys. Does not cost a thing. Hit that like button for your boy, and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one. We go. Yo, what's happening, Retro fam? Are you guys looking for a way to connect with your boy Retro and the Retro fam on a day-to-day basis? Look no further, guys. Memberships have now been launched where you can gain exclusive access to chat with your boy Retro and the community and gain perks, guys. Just hop in the description box below and check out the link for memberships, guys. You can subscribe on a monthly basis to chat and have exclusive perks with your boy Retro and the Retro community, guys. Check that out in the description box today.